Shalom, shalom. This is Apostle Rakar. I'm back again with another impromptu video. I say all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. Barakatah Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom to all you sincere brothers of the hopeful elect. And this video, I'm just going to go into brotherhood, man. This brotherhood is very important. I was thinking about the scripture. Yahweh Shai said, "By this the world shall know that ye are my disciples, by the love that ye have for one another." Right? And that's displayed in our actions, right? Yahweh Shai said this to the disciples, that ye love one another, right? So that's what we're supposed to do. And then remember, I'm just going to hit these scriptures real quick. This ain't going to be a real long video, Lord willing. Unless the Spirit really hit me and I go into something else. Remember, Yahweh Shai said, if a man asks you to go with him 1 mile, go with him twain, meaning 2 miles. Meaning when it comes to the brotherhood, we're supposed to go the extra mile, man. You see what I'm saying? So like if a brother, let's say a brother asks you to do something, man, we supposed to be in the spirit of, let's say if a brother asks you, hey, look, brother, can you, I'm just saying, if a brother asks you, hey, brother, can you drop me off at work? I ain't got no car. I don't have, my car broke down or something happened to my car, right? You say, okay, come on, brother, come. If you're able to do it, you bring a brother to work, and then you might just be like, well, you know what? The brother just asked you to just drop him off at work, but then sometimes you might be in the spirit. Well, look, I mean, if you're available, that's what I'm saying. You might be in the spirit. Hey, well, look, brother, what time you get off work, man? And just say you available, all right? And you be like, hey, brother, what time you get off work, man? Oh, yeah, I get off at so-and-so and so. Okay, well, look, bro, you know what, man? I'm available today. I'm not working. I'm available. Hey, brother, I'll be here to pick you up, too. I'm just using that as an example. But that's what Yahweh Shai was talking about. That's why he said if a man asks you to go with him 1 mile, go with him twain, man. Go the extra mile for the brotherhood. And then that's why the scripture I quoted, that's how the Lord, like the things we do, how we treat each other. And you know what? A lot of these people in this kingdom, they see that, especially these women, right? Because I didn't dealt with women, right? Even my current woman, right? And anytime I kind of needed something done, I needed help with something, whether it be moving or getting something done, brothers is always on deck, man. And vice versa, man. When brothers need us, I'm there. You know what I mean? But that's how we're supposed to operate. That's how we're supposed to function as a brotherhood. Because remember, Yahweh Shai also said this too. No matter what it might be, let's say something happened. Let's say a brother end up in the hospital. We're supposed to go. We're supposed to be there for each other. Hey, let's say a brother need money. What we do. Hey, man, we learn this from Apostle Tahab. We get together a collection. We make sure each other are taken care of. We look out for each other, man. And that's what we're supposed to do. You dig? As the scriptures say. Right? That's why I quoted the scripture, the love that ye have for one another. You see what I'm saying? Because Yahweh Shai said this. He said, what? When I was sick, you came and visit me. When I was hungry, you fed me. Right? And then when I was homeless, you gave me somewhere to go. And then they said, well, when did I do this, Lord? He said, when ye have did it for one of these, my disciples, my little ones, you have done it for me. So Yahweh Shai dwells amongst the brotherhood. The spirit of Yahweh Shai is amongst the brotherhood. So you got to think about that. Every time you do something for a brother, it's like you're doing it for Yahweh Shai himself. You see? It's a blessing in that. You see what I mean? It's a blessing in that. Now, case in point, right? We've had guys that we've done things for that end up not being right in the spirit, But that's okay, because remember, Yahushua spoke about that too. Certain guys that might have been in the truth, but they fell off, and you might have did some real good things for these particular people, guys, but then the scriptures talk about that. Yahushua said, and hey, bless them that curse you, right? Do well to them, because in doing so, you shall heap coals of fire upon their head. You see what I'm saying? So guys that ain't right, guys that was amongst us that was just wicked ass niggas, right? That's cool, because if we did something kind for them, all that did is just heap coals upon them, meaning judgments, more judgments upon them. You see what I'm saying? That's it. So it's okay. But the brothers that you did good for in this truth, the Lord gonna bless you for that. That's more of a blessing. That's more of a blessing upon you. You see what I mean? So that's how we look at this whole thing. And I just want to say this real quick. You brothers, like I said, these devils, man, these Edomites, I'm just anal with shit, man. I want to make sure that this video is streaming and that you brothers are getting the video. So if any of you brothers are there on the comment board, put up a comment so I can see and just make sure that this video is going through. Will these devils be okay? A brother just popped up. Shalom, my brother. Shalom. Let me see. Okay. Well, I don't know if that's a sister or a brother. Hopeful elect lady. Okay, well, if it's a sister, if it's an Akwaf, Shalom, I don't want to offend. I mean, I don't know if this is a brother or a sister, because it says hopeful elect lady. Let me see. All right, but anyways, hey, well, hopeful elect lady, let me know if you a brother or Akwaf. I don't want to, you know what I mean, because it says hopeful elect lady. So I don't know if it's a sister or a brother. But anyways, I don't want to disrespect nobody, man. But anyways, man, y'all get the point, right? Y'all get the point. So the brotherhood is strong, and we have to. Okay, hey, shalom, sister. It's a sister. Hey, okay, shalom, sister. Shalom. Hey, barakatah, man. And blessings to you and your family, man. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, man, we got the brotherhood is strong, man. We got to do what Yahushua said do. You understand? We got to do what Yahushua said do. Okay? I mean, none of us are perfect, and sometimes amongst the brotherhood, remember, Yahushua also told the disciples what? In malice be ye children. So there's going to be points where you might have altercations. When I say altercation, verbal altercations with brothers and stuff like that, but then after a point, you got to let it go. Okay, after a point, you gotta let it go. You gotta be like, okay, well, look, man, what would Yahweh said what? How many times shall I forgive my brother? 70 times 7. You understand what I mean? So if a brother say something to you or rub you the wrong way, say something you don't like, okay, you gotta do what the scriptures. We have to apply the scriptures, man. That's the thing. You can know the scriptures, but you got to apply the scriptures. Or King Mashah used to say this all the time. He said, look, he said, all these guys talking about they know all these scriptures, He said, I like the guy, he might know one scripture, but he applies that scripture. That's the guy I'm looking at. He might know one scripture. And if he applies that scripture, that's a bad dude. That was something King Mashah said years ago to all of us back in One West. You understand? So that's something that we got to remember, brothers. We can know all these scriptures, man. You guys can know all these scriptures, right? We used to call them back in the days. We had a name for guys like that. The human concordances. Dudes knew all kind of very impressive. Right? You call for a scripture, these guys got and that's beautiful. That's not nothing to be ashamed of. That's a beautiful thing. You brothers are supposed to be sharp. You're supposed to know the scriptures, right? But you have to apply those scriptures. You understand? Especially the gospels of Yahushua, man. You dig? And pretty much the Apostle Paul, when the Lord rose Apostle Paul up, when Yahushua rose up the Apostle Paul, all the Apostle Paul was doing was pretty much commentary of Yahushua, man. The Apostle Paul was totally in the spirit of Yahushua, which is what we doing. We mimicking Yahushua, man, which is what we're supposed to do. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, man, but with that, I'm gonna wrap this up. I just wanted to give that little exhortation to you brothers, wa akwaf, you sincere sisters that believe in this truth. I'm gonna wrap it up. I pray that this video was edifying. Abaratazah, y'all know me, man. I'll always be back with more videos. Abaratazah, through the grace of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shad. I said Shalom, Barak Kal Akim, Wa Akwaf of the hopeful elect. All right? I said Shalom.